of North and One with your host, myself, yours truly, Jake. And I'm joined by what seems to be Tom Cruise's depiction of Jerry Maguire. However, it is our very own Josh North, expert against the spread picker and frequent contributor to columns all over the country for his picks. Josh, thank you for joining us. Welcome.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Now, we'll get into this real quick. We're going to go rapid fire back and forth here with our win total over unders. We're going to pick five. Let's say five. Let's go with five of our favorite over unders here. I'll start with my favorite is going to be the Detroit Lions under 5. I have zero faith in Dan Campbell. I have zero faith in Jared Goff. The offensive line looks like it's an absolute sieve. The first round pick that everyone gave me so much shit for has not looked like a generational talent by any means. Jury's still out on that. Same for the certain wide receiver in Cincinnati. Anyways, I'm not a fan of Detroit. Schedule looked bad. I looked through all the games. I think I can maybe circle 2 or 3 wins, maybe. Numbers at 5. That gives me some cushion. So I'm with Detroit under 5. What says you, Mr.
It
North?
sounded emotional.
That's my favorite.
That sounded like an emotional take.
I put real
like
money.
some
I put
malice.
real money on that one in Las Vegas legally.
Wow.
I actually believe that one. So
Sounded like a bet with some malice aforethought there. Sounds like you want them to fail, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. They're in a tough division, I think, and they kind of suck. So like that's not really a big deal. I like some of their skill guys. I actually don't think their offensive line's that bad, but you never know. We'll see. They also just have people in wheelchairs starting at wideout for them, so I don't really hate it. I mean,
well,
they
who
could
are
use
their
it.
skill guys that you like besides their running back who apparently isn't going to play week 1
He's
because
playing week one.
coach doesn't think that he can go.
Yeah, that's a week old report, brother. Might want to brush up. Uh, okay. Well, my favorite is a little probably bad. I don't know. It's not great after consideration, but I still love the Miami Dolphins.
Miami
I
Dolphins.
like them a lot. Over under was 9 when I bet on it back in Vegas. I don't think the line has moved, to my knowledge. Oh wait,
I see 9.
I'm seeing
I
nine and a
see,
half here.
but you went. What was your prediction there?
Over 9 wins.
Over. Okay, 9.5. So you're losing the push there, but um,
Oh, I mean, I got 9 in Vegas, so
yeah.
I don't hate it.
Any concerns with what seems to be a loaded AFC East besides a certain New York team?
I think the Bills are going to regress,
Okay.
and I don't believe that the Patriots really have shown much of anything to make me think that they're going to be able to compete with Miami. But I mean, they could easily beat them this week just because they're in at home. But
Sure.
I'm not necessarily in on the Patriots either. I could see the game the generally like we're looking at maybe 3 teams going from like 9-8, 10-7, and I think Miami's going to be on the north end of that. Um, I don't know. They just got a lot more talent than New England does, and I don't really see after like the first couple games. I would say that their schedule's relatively light,
Yeah.
um, and I don't think they're going to have any trouble clearing 9 wins. But we'll see what happens. It really just depends on whether or not Tua can throw more than 5. Yeah.
I think
never know.
my highlight last year included this team, the Miami Dolphins, with me being a Cincinnati fan and us making just a remarkable comeback and
Mm.
potentially losing uh, our place in the draft. Um, however, that was Joe Burrow. That was 2 years ago. Never mind. We
Mm.
almost lost Joe Burrow to a Dolphins game, but anyways, that gave me nightmares. I like the Dolphins. The defense is stacked. Uh, I don't know what to think about Tua. I thought they were better with Fitzpatrick last year, and I don't know if Tua was hurt or what, but he didn't look comfortable at all. I do like you. I love me some Will Fuller. I love me some Devontae Parker, as you know, and Gasecki, talented team. I just have a question mark at quarterback, and I feel like Buffalo isn't going to regress, and I believe in the Patriots. I think it's potentially going to be an AFC North of last year, where you're going to have three teams from the AFC, or three teams in the playoffs. So that very well could mean that's probably going to mean the Dolphins are going to get 10 wins, which would hit. So um, I'll go next. I've got. Let me see here. I'm trying to read this. I'm not reading it very well. Here we go. The Philadelphia Fighting Eagles is my next pick. I'm going under 7. Um, Atrocious division. They'll probably get most of their wins in division. Um, However, I do not believe in Jalen Hurts, and I believe we're going to see a change of the guard from a Super Bowl winning coach to a man on the street. Not thinking Mr. Peterson's going to make it this year. I think the defense is pretty terrible. Coming from an Eagles fan earlier in another previous show before this one, we heard it first that their linebackers are terrible. They're going to be playing a lot of cover two, and teams are just going to eat them up all year. Going under and under by a lot. I've got them maybe 5 wins. So I got them dead last in the NFC East. That's my next one. So
Yeah, I don't hate it. They're kind of bad. The number's weird.
it is.
I'm having a lot of trouble with over-unders this year. That's why I didn't really bet that many of them. But I'll
You're
give one
fine.
more that I like. Sticking to the division. I like the G-men over 7
I know you do. I
for a lot of the same reasons that you just mentioned. Um, and they're definitely not looking great right now. Their injury report is about as big as my Colin Law book, so I'm not really too happy about that. But I feel like it's going to come down to whether or not Danny Dimes can stop throwing so many interceptions. But I like their defense. I like their skill guys. I think Saquon Barkley is going to be back, and I think it's going to be a second half bump from this team because I think they're going to get off to a slow start. You're going to see a lot of wavering, but as the year goes along, I think you're going to see a few more wins in there, and I think 7's just too low for a
get
17 game season.
get that extra game too,
Um,
man.
yeah, I mean that's part of the reason all my bets are overs.
Yeah. I
I'm not at all convinced that Vegas actually took that into account.
yeah. Um, Love me some Kenny G. Saquon, I could see them going as he goes, so I could see him starting out slow out of the gate, knocking the rust off, and then just going to town on everybody. I like their defense. The injuries do concern me, but hopefully they, like you said, get healthy again. Um, I will go to what most people will probably think was my favorite. I'm seeing this number at 8.5 now. I had it at 9. I've got the Pittsburgh Steelers under. Um, I feel like a fool, I guess, because everyone has told me that this is folly. I have not heard anyone say, you know what, this is, yeah, I can see it. I feel like the last time we saw this team in action, they looked terrible. That probably has a little bit to do with the reason I think they're going to be bad. I did not hear many good things about this offensive line, and they're going to throw a rookie running back out there in front of a completely remade bad offensive line. I think it's going to be the worst O-line in the division. I think Ben's washed. I think his time is come and gone. I think they'd honestly be better off with, dare I say, Dwayne Haskins back there instead of Big Ben this year. The defense obviously is just stellar, but with a TJ Watt holdout scenario, that looms large over there. Really would hope that stays extended as long as week 4 potentially getting past the Bengals game. So that would be great. But I'm not holding my breath. I feel like he's probably going to play week 1. Who knows? Anyways, Steelers under. I got it at 9. Everywhere else I think is 8.5 now, and there's a lot of money going under. From at least the numbers obviously is moving and it's going lower. So I feel like there's a lot of people going under. That's just not anyone I've talked to in person. So what say you?
I was really, really hoping that line was going to hit 9.5 at some point when I was thinking about betting over-unders, but it did not even get close for me. I never saw it at 9.
It was at 9 when we were a couple months ago.
But I guess to stick with the division thing, I would like to take my only under. I lied to you. I have an under bet. And it was one that just popped onto my screen here on my super legal betting site. Baltimore under 11.5 wins.
That's so many. Where are you seeing that? I got it at 11, I guess. Wow.
I would take the under at 11 as well. So I'll just say 11 for the sake of be there. Just to do it, I'll take the under 11. I think that number is a little foolish, given the circumstances of that team. There are some COVID concerns.
Yes.
For our boy Lamar Jackson. I'm starting to realize why they talked about him trying out receiver, because he catches everything. So I'm in on Baltimore losing more than 6 games this year. I think that seems to me to be a pretty good bet. I don't really like a lot of what they have going on. I mean, they have a decent run game, but I mean, they just lost J.K. Dobbins, and I think Gus Edwards is going to be fine.
Yeah, he's fine,
but their
he's not a
receivers
bell
to
cow.
me, their receivers to me are about as mediocre as you can get. Offensive line just had a ton of changes. Their defense has a very unproven pass rush that just brought in a couple of old guys to help out.
Yeah.
I've never really liked that strategy. I find that strategy to consistently lose.
They used to win.
Justin Houston, bringing in old guys to help out the pass rush. I don't know. I mean, you got Justin Houston, who's really looking rough these days. I don't really know that he's going to help you much.
They lost Judon, right?
Yeah, Judon's gone.
I
I'm
really
trying
like
to look
him.
here.
I think he's on the pass.
See how many defensive players they have that are under 30. There's not a lot. I mean, they're going after Derek Wolfe, who, God bless him, hasn't played a full season. I mean, it's not looking good.
You know more about that guy than most.
I do. He's
underrated.
Yeah, he was. He threatened to eat Tom Brady's children, which I think was the highlight of his career.
You see Bearcat.
But if I'm being... That's right. First draft pick of John Elway, I think. I might be wrong about that. I have to look. But anyway,
How was he a first rounder?
no, he was like a second rounder, but we didn't have a first rounder.
That
Um,
that would be quite the trivia question.
yeah, I might be wrong about that, but like my point stands. Like this Baltimore team is just full of old geezers on defense,
Sure.
and I'm not at all convinced that they're going to be able to compete. And it's going to lead to a lot of people to trash Lamar Jackson when I don't think that he should be. I find this team to be aggressively mediocre without him. So hopefully, you know, I don't know. I like the under 11. I had it at 11 and a half on here on this super legal betting site that I don't use because I'm legal. But
Correct.
yeah, I like Baltimore under a little more than I like the Pittsburgh under. The Pittsburgh number is definitely probably where it should be, which is annoying. I hate that
Right.
about Vegas sometimes. But I don't know. I wanted to bet it so bad. I wanted to hammer it because I mean, it's going to be, in my opinion, very similar to last season. Pittsburgh might get off to a hot start, and they are going to crumble.
Sure.
If I'm looking at the rest of the teams that they're going to face,
Hopefully they don't start
a
out
lot
11
of
and 0.
people. That's not going to happen. Yeah, no way.
Do you have any more locks that you'd like to announce, or do you want to
I
rapid fire
mean, the
these?
only other one that I really liked, which I guess actually was my favorite, was when I mean, it's eight and a half now, but the Cardinals over 8
That's
was my biggest over under bet when I was in Vegas. I kind of forgot about it.
yep.
I just pulled my stupid tickets out of my bag. So I like the Cardinals. I don't think I mean, their defense is rough. They tried to again. They went the old man. Let's sign some old guys approach. So I mean, they're kind of banking on J.J. Watt being useful, but for me, this team pretty. I don't know. I don't see really a lot of holes. Otherwise, I mean, they did make some improvements on the offensive line. Their tackles are suspect, but I like the defense that they have. The pieces that they have on defense anyway. They're getting Chandler Jones back, so hopefully he's not a complete sieve. But
I don't think 4 teams can make the playoffs from a division, right?
no, I don't think they can.
That would be that would be quite a story if that happened. But I also like Arizona. It's not my favorite. I did bet on it. I also like. I guess I'll go back. I'll go. No, I literally have an over for every single NFC West team. Um, Rams. My favorite is the Niners. I feel like the Niners at 10. I think they're back. They're healthy. I'm not concerned about like any rust or anything. I think last year was a fluke. This year they're gonna come out and prove something. And they might have who the heck knows what they have with Trey Lance. He might come in and just take the lead by storm. So quickly, I got Bucks under 11.5, Packers under 11. Stop me if you want to rail me or say something. Bills 10.5 over. Seahawks over 10. Niners over 10. Colts under 10. Browns over 10. Titans under 9.5. Cowboys over 9.5.
Ugh, God,
I knew you wouldn't like.
Cowboys.
I knew you wouldn't like that one.
No, I can't say that I do.
I
Wow. That takes a moment to digest. I don't know.
I had a lot of unders, so there's some questionable
Man.
overs. Now I look about it. I mean, I just said it, and it's on my screen right now. But now I look at that number, I'm a little. I looked at the schedule, man. I looked at the schedule, and I that is one that I just like. I counted them out. I was just like, I think they can win. I think they can win 10 games at least. And then let's go. Pats over 9. Dolphins. I have under. So sorry. Chargers under 9. I don't feel strongly about that Dolphins pick. I just feel like they can't have 3 teams over 10 wins, but who knows? They probably can. Vikings under 8.5. Washington over. Raiders under a lot. That was another lock of mine. Cardinals 8 over. Broncos 7.5 over. Panthers
Hey.
7.5 under. Eagles under. Giants under 7. Falcons under 7. Bengals over 6.5. Jets under 6. Big shock, big shock. Jags under 6. Texans under 5. And Lions under 5. Texans, every number I'm seeing now is at 4 for them. It was at 5 at one point when I made this list. Now it's at 4, so not a lot of bets go there. Do you want to move on to week 1 here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I got the Thursday night game as an 8-point spread. Is it gonna? I think it might be 8.5 now. In favor of that would favor the Dallas Cowboys, and that is the side I'm backing.
Cowboys are favored?
No. This number, going up to 8.5 favors the Cowboys as far as giving them an extra half point. But I have the number 8.5. Last I saw, I am. How do you want to do this? You want to do your like 5 locks or whatever it is, and then run through the rest.
We can go through all the games. I mean, some of these we can breeze through pretty quickly. I'm
Okay.
not too concerned.
I got.
For me, I mean, I don't. That game is. That game's a big stay away for me. I don't like it. I think it's a little sneaky. If I were to, there are definitely some lines that have it at 8.5. So I don't necessarily hate taking the big spread.
I've got.
But there was this time where I went to this park, sat on a bench, and was just kind of like feeding the ducks. And this old wise guy, I don't know, he's dressed a little gangly. He was looking pretty rough, and he walked by and he whispered in my ear. He said, "You don't get rich betting against Tom Brady." He left. I can't. Ever since then, I've taken his advice.
And it was Bill Belichick.
It might have been. He was. I mean, it wasn't a hoodie, but it was something of that nature. It was just. I mean, the sleeves were gone. I don't know, but I can't say I disagree with him. So I'm gonna stay away there. If that number. I mean, if you're a Cowboys bettor, I'd probably wait because I see that number climbing more. But you never know. 8.5 is still pretty big. So
I got him at 8.5. I'm on the Cowboys, I guess.
You love the Cowgirls.
Yes. So I mean, I went over, so they're gonna have to win some of these games. Next game up seems to be. I guess we'll go Eagles Falcons.
Oh God. Do we have to?
I've got the Falcons -3.
Ugh.
I don't.
I can't say I'm on. That is the definition of a corner TV game if I ever saw one. I can't.
That's not a marquee matchup week 1, for sure.
I can't back the Dirty Birds. I can't back.
No, that's not generally. Another man come up to you and tell you don't back the Dirty Birds.
Don't bet against Matt Ryan. Yeah. No, always bet against Matt Ryan. I don't. I mean, if it's 3, I guess in that case, like, gun to my head, I'm taking the Falcons. But good God, I'm staying away from that game. It's disgusting. It's stupid. I don't know what the heck either of those teams are doing. I mean,
I think it's a blowout.
You think so? You think the Eagles are just gonna show up there and
leave?
I mean, man. I mean, maybe. Jalen Hurts is terrible, so I don't necessarily hate that. But the Falcons, I mean, they're so weird, and I mean, I like Kyle Pitts in that game. For you little, what is that daily fantasy sports nonsense? Yeah,
that and there's some props. We got some guys over. I think his number was like 43.5 receiving yards. I think Sabo took his over on that, being the Eagles fan. Anyways, moving on. Marquee matchup. We got Pittsburgh traveling to the Buffalo Bills. Bills
Oh
are
yeah.
favored by 6.5. I
Mm.
am on the Buffalo train. I'm going Bills by a tutty.
Yeah. No way. No way. Give me Pittsburgh. 6.5 points. That is stupid high. That is really stupid high. I mean, it hasn't moved,
No, it
which
hasn't.
kind of surprises me. But there is no way in hell I would take Buffalo here. There is nothing that can make me do that.
Excellent.
Give me Pittsburgh.
All
Six and a
right.
half is a very, very good number if you're betting Pittsburgh because that is just a flat out overly inflated line for a team that, I mean, Buffalo definitely. I mean, they're loaded, but they are. Well, I mean, they had a good year last year, but
Yeah, you
Pittsburgh
said you
is. I
called for a
mean,
regression, so it
yeah, I
makes
mean, the
sense.
big thing that I noticed with Buffalo, I mean, Josh Allen, I've loved him since he came out. I don't ordinarily go for tall white guys from no-name colleges, but he just spoke to me the way he just like was complete dog shit for 3 quarters and then would go ape shit afterwards. I was a big fan of his for that, and now he just like went off. I mean, there is no way in hell he's going to throw a 69% completion percentage ever again. I mean, his accuracy on deep balls last year was stupid. He just flat out did not turn the ball over anywhere near that he probably should.
Yeah.
I don't foresee Buffalo being able to run against Pittsburgh, and I just have a little bit more faith in Ben Roethlisberger in September than I do in November. I think that the Steelers are going to be able to keep the game close. Now, if they were to show up and just like lay an egg and get demolished, then you can see everybody and their mother hustling over to bet against Pittsburgh for the rest of the season. But
Oh
I
yeah.
think their defense is still quite loaded. I mean, they did suffer
Yeah.
another pretty big injury recently. I don't know how long Stephon Tuitt is out, but he seems to get hurt every year. They're used to it. They did bring in, they did get some reinforcements at linebacker, though.
They
It's just
lost
like the offensive
Dupree.
line. Yeah, but I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I don't know. Did you like him?
I
I
loved
didn't
them, but
find him
that's
to be
because
overly long.
I loved them because the Bengals were going to take him, and then they moved in front of
Oh,
them of us and took him, and then he would always kill the Bengals.
mm.
He'd also get
I,
hurt a lot, so there's
yeah.
that.
I mean, trading nothing to get Scobert and getting Devin Bush back, I think, is going to trump that. That's my opinion. But Najee Harris, I have faith in him as well. I mean, I think they're going to be throwing a lot of dinks and ducks and probably screwing around a lot. But I think Pittsburgh should be able to compete in that game, and 6.5 is way too high.
All right, moving on. You know where I'm at. Cincinnati,
Mm-mm.
Minnesota. The line
Mm-mm.
is Minnesota -3.5. Give me the Bengals +3.
3.5, huh?
Three, 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 three. Sorry. I
Oh, I
think
know. Either way, you like the
I'm.
Bungles anyway.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, give me the half point. No,
Give
it's
you the
three.
Bengals.
Give me the Bengals and about as confidently as you have Pittsburgh over there. I mean,
Andy
it's either
Dalton is not quarterbacking the Bengals anymore, is he?
no, he's not.
No.
No,
Well,
he's not. And that's. I mean, this is the time we're gonna if they're gonna do anything this year, they're gonna have to win games like this. I had said it in the other show as well. I expect a heavy dose of Mixon. The O line is rebuilt. We have new O line coach teaching much better tactics. I could
right.
just start reading Joe Goodberry's Twitter feed right now, getting me
Uh-huh.
hyped for this season. However, a lot of people are thinking this is going to be Vikings all day. I don't think their defense is all that great. They did sign
Mm.
Patrick Peterson. That's fun. About 4 years ago, it was fun. And I think I love Zimmer, but this is just a pure shootout. And I think since he's gonna take it,
Yeah. Oof. I don't. Oh
I got a
gosh. I
money
mean,
line. I mean,
Minnesota's so weird. I don't.
yeah,
It's hard because I find Kirk Cousins revolting, but that Minnesota team, they could go either way. They could win 12 games or they could win 5. I mean, they're so weird and they're so dependent on very injury prone players. They're getting Danielle Hunter back. Everything that I'm seeing about him is that he's useful again. So that to me, if I'm a Bengals fan, makes me cry a little bit. But I don't know. If gun to my head, I would probably have to take the Bengals just because it's the home dog. But man, that's a tough line. I don't. 3.5 would have me thinking Bungles, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna probably. I would wait. I would wait. I foresee it getting to 3.5.
How, like,
And
out of
I think,
curiosity, this is kind of related, not really related. In all your years, you have a few more years on me in this arena.
mm,
Are we going to see this line? Are we going to see a bunch of these lines move into Sunday? Like even
I'm
right
sure.
now,
I'm
like
sure.
is it
Yeah, I'm
just
sure a lot of them will, but not by much. I mean,
a,
there's not that many games that have action that would indicate as such. I mean, the weird games are going to be, games like New Orleans and Green Bay.
yeah,
Games
yeah,
like, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. And I could also see, I don't know, the game that's had the line move the most is Seattle and Indianapolis because nobody can make up their minds which team's gonna fucking show up. Apparently, I'm
right.
not entirely sure what the deal is, but you're going to see some move, but I don't foresee drastic movement without a COVID test positive or an
Sure.
injury beforehand. So at this point, I mean, there's a few that are guaranteed locked in, though, for sure.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
San Fran, Detroit. San Fran -7. Um, I'm seeing San Fran -7.5. In some places, I've got I you can probably guess where I'm going. I've got the Niners on the road. Um,
Mm.
typically, typically it looks pretty smelly. West Coast team traveling east.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I have zero respect for what is going on in Detroit right now. So
Clearly.
that
Uh,
is that is where I'm at.
yeah, no, I'm going the other way again.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, you got to hold your nose and take the Lions here.
I know.
You absolutely have to. It's probably a bad bet. I mean, I could see this game being San Francisco 24, Detroit 3, and Jared Goff is just 30 of 45, but 125 yards or something ridiculous. But like, it's a very high number
And it's only
when
getting
nobody
higher. And it's only getting
really
higher.
knows. Yeah, I mean, you gotta take Detroit, and I'm gonna wait to do that because I'm hoping.
It'll probably get to 8.
Yeah, I mean, if it gets to 8, that's gonna be very juicy. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I also like 8 a lot because of what Detroit is doing with their kicker situation. Or lack thereof. And I like what Detroit is doing just to kind of like screw people over a little bit from a spread point of view. I don't, yeah, I could see a cover there for sure. I just have a belief
You have
in,
a list. You have a particular set of rules, and you follow them.
yeah, yeah.
And
I
that
mean,
is
a
that is
home
one of
dog
them.
of this nature with an unproven team. Like the perception, obviously, is that Detroit sucks, and in all likelihood, they're going to win maybe 3 games. But we'll see.
Yep.
I
We'll
haven't
see.
seen it yet, so give me the Lions plus 8 or 7.5 or what have you. Whatever it is, I'm gonna bet it, unless it goes down to 7, which will make me cry a little bit. But I'm gonna keep tabs on it. It doesn't look like it's going in that direction. It looks like it's going in the other direction, so I'll take the Lions.
It is. All right. Cards Titans. Cardinals at Tennessee. Tennessee -3. I'm
Yeah.
seeing -2.5 as well. Give
Flip
me
a flip a coin.
give me another road dog. You want to move on?
Yeah, I don't know. Flip a coin there. It's not. That's not a game that's going either way. That's hard to tell. I think I could see. I mean, I guess if there was an angle, I see the over here at 52.
Yeah.
I think that's incomprehensibly low. I would take it as high as 54.
Yeah.
I like what they have going on there I mean, both these defenses are trash. I mean, it looks like Tannehill's healthy,
Yep.
or at least like able to throw footballs. So, as long as he's able to do that and Derrick Henry's still alive. AJ Brown is always having a knee problem, but he's played through an entire fucking knee problem last year, so I'm not really that concerned. And Arizona's pretty loaded. I mean, both of these secondaries are just like not great. So I see an over angle on a 52. I'm probably going to bet on that now just to do it.
There you go.
Yeah,
Money where your
screw it.
mouth is. Squealhawks traveling to the wonderful Nap Town, Indianapolis. I see Squealhawks minus 2.5 here. What say you?
Yeah. I'll happily take the Colts.
I'll unhappily take the Seahawks.
Do you know that that Goofy meme where it's like Goofy in a white background? It's like the old school Goofy. You know what I'm talking about? He's looking like ridiculous.
Yes.
And it says, "I'm going to do it again." That's what I feel like when I bet against Russell Wilson as a short road favorite. I hate it every time. And I do it, and I bet it, and he makes me sad. He makes me cry. Well, every time. There was a year, where I did it maybe 5 times, including in the playoffs, and he just destroyed me. I was just like, okay, well, just like I run into those bets where I make them, and I'm crying at the end of them. Every single time, I just stick to my guns. But I don't know. I think the Colts at this point are undervalued because they are getting massive amounts of bad press,
Right.
and their offensive line is very beat up. I mean, they already lost their best player, and I think their left tackle's out for this game. I don't know. But Wentz is apparently back. I find him as just disgusting. I don't like him. He sucks. But the Colts are one of the last few teams in the league that run the damn ball, and
Yes,
I
they
think they're going to
do.
run it down Seattle's throats. I think Seattle's defense is a little overhyped because they have a couple of
Big names.
blue chippers in their back seven, but I don't remember them being particularly great last year, and I don't foresee them getting better on that end. So I'll take the Colts +3.
I'll take
And
Russell
sit there
Wilson.
and be happy.
Yep. Next one's a pick'em. Chargers, your professional Washington football team.
Uh-huh.
I see pick'em. I saw +1 Washington. It's giving you the push. I think it just depends on where you're looking. I've got Washington, and I don't think it's going to be close.
I
I would
like
tease it.
Washington.
I
I
would tease
don't.
it. I love this team. I think Gibson, McLaurin, Logan Thomas, they are going to be able to play with a quarterback of average talent, and that is going to pay dividends. And then the defense, I think, is going to travel, and they don't have to travel far this week. So, I see the Herbert hype, and I'm not for it yet. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm not in on that guy. I just don't think. I don't think I really appreciated what week 1 last year did to me
Mm,
with Cincinnati. Um, I I don't know. I have a lot more faith in Washington than I do LA. Everybody seems to be hopping on that bandwagon, big time. A lot of articles coming out about Herbert. Keenan Allen is incredible, but not too sure. I guess Austin Eckler is just gonna be a fantastic player, as steady as they come. But I don't get it. I don't I don't think he's a bell cow by any means, but he seems to be talked to as much um, defensively, I think as far as changes from last year, Bosa, um, was he hurt last year? I can't remember. I think he was.
Joey Bosa? I don't remember.
Anyways, I like Joey Bosa. I don't like much else. I think the um, Derwin James is back, so there's that. Um, but yeah, I'm big Washington fan this year. I think they roll it home week 1.
I like Washington in that spot. I'm not as down on the Chargers as you are. I think the Chargers are building the team pretty well. I like what they did in the draft, but I think they play a relatively soft schedule, and I think they could compete for a playoff spot. But I do foresee some Herbert the pervert progression. Um, so anyway, we can move on to the next one.
Yucky
I'm not
line,
taking a side there.
yucky line here. Jets Panthers. I've seen this line fluctuate a ton. -5.5 Carolina. I see -4.5 Carolina right now. Give me the Panthers.
Mm.
Big redemption game. Big redemption game for Mr. Donald. Gets to show everybody what he can do with some talent around him.
Yeah. Okay.
And then who the hell knows what we see out of New York. Defense probably is going to be a lot better than people think, but Zach Wilson seems to have tested the limits of what I can and can't do, and in preseason it sure seemed like he was figuring it out. But we'll see if that holds true. I like Carolina. The line is going down somehow. A lot of money going on New York. Give me the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this game, but if I had to pick a side, I'd take the Jets.
Okay.
Carolina, uh, I don't know. Carolina defense is going to be really the big thing for them, whether or
Yeah.
not it's worth anything or if it's just going to be bad again. But
Yep.
I don't know. I have no faith in Sam Darnold, and an underdog of that size, anything over 5 would be something. But I'm not really sure where that line's going to end up, and I'm staying away anyway. It's just like a yucky game.
That's a
Big
corner
pass for me,
TV
I think.
game. Yep. All right,
All right.
Jags Texans. It is a marquee matchup because I believe this will be the only game that Houston is going to be within 3 points of a team. I've got the line at -3 right now. Jacksonville on the road at Houston. Uh, this seems like you're going to be plugging your nose, but give me the Jags.
Mm.
Um, I've got Houston in some 0-17 bets, so that would mean that they would be losing this matchup.
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on this line because I think it's gonna go up, and I'm gonna bet Houston all day. Give me Tyrod Taylor and the boys. Yeah, that's just a stupid line. Like, I don't care how you feel about Houston. Like, Jacksonville. When did Jacksonville get good? I don't
They're
think
not good.
they
I don't think
did.
Jacksonville's good. I think Houston is decidedly worse.
Right, but
I
the
think it's
line.
two of the worst 3 teams in the league, and
Yeah,
Houston is worse. And that means
I
that
agree.
I mean just don't lose by 2. I guess.
I
Or
mean,
the line could go up. I mean, it has gone up. It's at 3. It could go up to 3.5. Very well could get to 4. That would be a bummer. You got to get it now if you're going to bet Jacksonville. Or yeah, you got to get it now if you're going to bet Jacksonville because I have a feeling the Sharps are going to come in and throw some money at Houston. But give
yeah,
me Trev, give me Urban, and I will plug my nose and look away from this
yeah.
game.
I'll take Houston. Basically the same reasons you mentioned. These are two of the worst teams in the league, and like giving Jacksonville a 3-point road favorite even that number I think is just too high. This number should be a pick 'em. Both these teams are freaking booty, but I mean they are
They
very,
might
very
not
bad.
be. They might not be,
Yeah, I mean
but they are.
Jacksonville's just got
Yeah.
a lot more names people recognize. People know who Trevor Lawrence is.
People know
I
who
don't
Tyrod
really.
Taylor is, and that's about the only Texan they probably know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at Jacksonville's secondary right now, and Tyrod Taylor's gonna have himself a field day. I'm in. I'm in on the Texans having themselves a fun little FU Deshaun Watson game. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good about the Texans. Tyrod Taylor just he shows up to work, man. He just shows up and covers. That's just what he
That,
does.
that's fine. You you go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but that's
Philip
that's
Lindsay, former Bronco great. Yeah, sure.
sure.
Brandon Cooks. Yeah, yeah. Give me the Texans, man. I'm all in. Laramie
Oh
Tunsil's still
yeah.
there. He's still talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For
Anyway,
now, Browns Chiefs. Chiefs -6, and I'm taking the Brownies to cover. I It's a tough game. It's really tough opener. Cleveland drew here. Chiefs made a ton of different moves this offseason, lost quite a bit on the O line, but then gained quite a bit. So I feel like it's going to be a net, like, stagnant. I don't know. They're not going to. I think they got a little better, but not incredibly better. And then you obviously, nothing else. Just like, Chiefs are the Chiefs. Hoping that the Browns defense puts up a little bit more of a fight. They
mm,
certainly were given a gift last year and a chance that will never come again, where Chad Henne comes in the playoffs and you have a chance that every team prays for. That Patrick Mahomes comes off the field and they couldn't get a stop. So that
mm.
that I think has been weighing on them. They get immediate redemption, even if they lose. 6 is a big number, and I'm going with the Cleveland Browns.
I haven't made a decision on this game yet.
That's fine.
I'm having a lot of difficulty not taking Kansas City though.
Right. I mean, at home, this could get out of hand quickly. The Browns last year played about as perfect game plan. Just ran the damn ball. They're gonna
And
keep running the damn
Patrick
ball,
Mahomes. Yeah.
and that they kept the ball out of Mahomes' hands. I'm thinking that typically works pretty well when you do that. Hopefully, they
Uh-huh.
continue to do that. I love what they did defense. I love what they did in the draft. Just cannot begin. I love what Cleveland did in the draft, and I think they're going to have early contributions from uh, Jeremiah. Uh, can't say his last name. Notre Dame though, and hopefully they contend. I mean, hopefully they keep it close. That's all. That's all we're looking for as far as this number is concerned.
I don't know. It's tough. I would very much like it if the Browns won. My girlfriend's a Browns fan, and she kind of gets a little upset when they don't. So
This is going to be a rough opener potentially.
yeah, I don't know. I just Kansas City is good still. I don't know. But
I
at the
think
same time, like the
yeah,
Browns have players I like, so I
I
don't know.
think
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to make a decision on it later. I can't think about it right now.
All
It's
right,
too much.
moving on. Miami, New England. New England -3. I've got New England -3. I was down on the Dolphins. You were up on the Dolphins. Not.
Yeah, you're taking the Patriots here.
Yeah, I'm taking the Pats.
Yeah, I got nothing against that. I don't. I'm not. I'm staying away from that game. But I mean, if it dips under three, I mean, it's the Patriots at home.
Right.
I don't hate it. I don't have anything against that at all. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to bet on it, but I think that New England is at home is the better play in this situation. If you're taking the Dolphins, you're really just I don't know. That's a hope and prayer situation. I don't hate Miami in that spot, but I don't like them. There's no reason to not take New England.
Yeah. Packers Saints in Jacksonville. Big
Where?
asterisk here. This game will
Oh,
be
right.
played in Jacksonville
Because it's a
because
hurricane.
of the hurricane effects
Should have known.
in New Orleans. Um, Green Bay -4 currently. Um,
Yeah.
I I had the Saints. Didn't realize this game was in Jacksonville till very recently. I now will be riding with the Packers -4.
Yeah, you should have. If you didn't bet on the Packers after this bullshit, like, yeah, no, that was a smash bet. Like, it was off the boards for a little while.
Right.
Yeah, four is a great number in that spot.
There
Give me
was
the
there
Packers.
were
Give me
what was the number before they took it off before they made the decision?
two and a
Because
half
they
Packers.
were like people were from New Orleans were like online were just like, yo, this game is not being played here. It's going to be neutral site. This line is absurd. Take the packs now. Take the pack now before you lose your chance. And clear, obviously, everybody lost their chance. But anyways, I'm still riding Green Bay. I'm surprised it's not higher. Um,
Yeah, I'll take the Packers on a neutral field. That's not a problem for me.
yep. Let's go to your New York Giants hosting. It's not your New York Giants. It kind of is because of how you've been betting them. But New York Giants are hosting your Denver Broncos. The Broncos are favored by 3. Let me hear you say Giants +3.
Oh, I mean, if it's three, I'm definitely taking the G-men.
Yeah.
That's a
I
smash
I
bet.
mean
That's
that's everything you stand for, even when it's your favorite team. You have
yeah,
a
that's a dumb. I mean, Denver. I mean, we just lost Bradley Chubb to another injury, and also apparently operating a motor vehicle when he shouldn't have been. So I'm not really sure. Like, I'm seeing a lot of stuff
pulling a Mark
about how
Few.
Denver's supposed to be this like elite defense again, and I
Right.
don't remember. I don't remember 26-year-old Von Miller walking through that door. Last I
Did you
looked,
guys
he's a
get
little up there.
who got Bradley
Yeah,
Roby? Did you guys get Bradley Roby
yeah.
back?
No, we did not, and we're like we're fine, but I can't remember. I can't tell you the last time Denver walked into New York. I mean, I feel like it was just the Captain Noodle Arm era, and that's probably it. I don't remember
Sure.
any other time when Denver's walked into New York and won. I
The
mean,
Manning Bowl.
we typically lay down in the Middlelands. I mean, it's pretty rough. I mean, I still have like nightmares of Amani Toomer and Ahmad Bradshaw and the boys just coming in and wrecking my squad. It's not something I'd enjoy watching, but I don't think that they're going to open the season with a win. But I don't know. If it's at three, I'm going to bet New York, but I'm not on it strongly otherwise, and I don't know that I'm strong with three really. But I'm going to wait, see what happens. I think that line is too big if it's a three for Denver. Because I think just generally, like the Giants have a big home field advantage in that spot, and I don't think that. I don't know. It's hard. I just don't remember having good memories of watching Denver play in the Middlelands, so
I
that
get
might
it.
be garbage. But
Let's go Sunday night game. 8:20 p.m. kickoff. The Bears are at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams -7.5. Give me Rams -7.5.
man,
It's a big
well,
line. Big line.
you're gonna
Um,
force me to do. You're just gonna make me
I'm
do it,
gonna
aren't you?
make you do it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make
No.
you do it.
Give me the red rifle.
Yep. Saw that
Oh my
comment.
God.
So
This is like.
is he keeping his job after week 1?
Oh hell no! I
Clearly.
don't care.
Clearly he
I
is
don't
if he's
care.
keeping it within 7.
I don't care. He's covering. What does Andy Dalton do? He covers big spreads, man. He's always done it, even
He's
when he was
always
bad.
has. Yeah. You're not
Give me
wrong.
the Bears. That is an inflated line.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rams are perceived as a Super Bowl contender this year, and they might be again. I don't know. Matt Stafford is certainly a huge upgrade. I mean,
Huge upgrade.
they could be excellent with him on board, but I don't know. I mean, the offensive line has had 3 years. 1 year it was elite. Next year it was bad. This past year it was elite again.
Yep.
It's a little. I mean, I hate to base it off of the fact that their left tackle was almost 40, but I mean, that's going to be key for them. Their offensive line needs to perform well again. If it doesn't, they are in deep shit because that run game isn't going to be existent anymore. I don't know. And then you've got, good enough wide receivers. And Stafford's healthy. They should be fine. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the Bears, I don't think the Bears are bad.
No,
No, I don't think so.
I
I
think they
think they're a
are
little
with.
better than they were last year.
I think they are with Rifle back there. I'm
Agreed.
terrified of that team when Fields gets under center. I
Yeah, we'll see.
actually, I actually think Chicago is just terrifying if whenever Nagy decides to uh, make a smart decision. He might be fired before that happens. I don't know.
I think that's
Um,
likely. Justin Fields is, I mean, I still love
why
him.
would
I mean,
you?
I
Why would you put your put all your chips on a guy who's never won a playoff? I just don't. I don't get like why you have to be so
you
committed
know,
to him.
because he
I
covers spreads too.
I guess. We'll certainly see. All right, well, moving on. Last game. Get the heck out of here. It's late. I'm yawning. You're tired. We're tired. We're both tired. Ravens, Raiders. Ravens minus 4.5 at Vegas. It's kind of a big line. It's getting bigger. I had it at 4 when I made this. It's a 4.5 now. I liked it at 4. Give me Baltimore. If it keeps going up, obviously
Mm,
it gets a little shady. Clearly, there are concerns in over there in Maryland. However, I don't like the Vegas team whatsoever, um, and I still think Baltimore's got the talent to just run it right up the gut, take this game and run. I think it'll be a touchdown. I think 7 is. I mean, I'm not going to say like if it can get up to 7, it's be fine. But minus 4.5, I'm still comfortable with it. So give me the Ravens.
mm. Yeah, I'll take Richie Incognito and the Raiders.
Okay.
I'm not going to right now by any means, but I'm kind of banking on that number going up.
It will.
I'm gonna wait probably till the last minute and probably chicken out. But if it gets up to 6, I'm gonna be very, very happy, and I could see it.
For sure.
Um,
I
I don't like Oakland. I mean Las Vegas or whatever the fuck. Um, but I don't like Baltimore, and I've seen teams walk into, the Raiders' house on Monday night and poop themselves. So, we'll see. But I don't necessarily like the Ravens in that spot. If I'm a Ravens on the Ravens side, I'd stay away. But
sure.
I think I think Vegas, if they get a couple more, maybe like a point and a half on there or something, they'd be in good shape. Um, I think the last time that the Raiders like got stomped out at home, I can't remember offhand, but I think the year the Rams made it to the Super Bowl, I think was the last time that they got they manhandled a little bit, and I think that was yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened, but I could be wrong.
I think you're right.
They're usually pretty tough opening night, so. We'll see. I mean, I also saw Josh Jacobs as questionable for some reason, so that's great. But I feel like 4.5 is just a stupid number in that situation. I thought when the Ravens, I think it was at one point it was at 3. I was like, okay, that's fair. Um, but anyway, yeah, I think the only games that I have that I'm betting on for sure right now is the. I'll probably end up taking Washington. I'm definitely betting on Pittsburgh plus 6.5. And I think I'm betting on the Colts. And of course, my favorite Houston Texans.
I am only backing you with Washington,
That's too bad.
I think.
That's
So
a
you
shame.
have Colts,
Oh, I'm also
Steelers.
betting Detroit. I forgot. I'm also going to bet Detroit. I just don't know when I'm going to do it yet. I just
Yeah,
haven't locked it in.
yeah.
But I'm going to.
I am part of the what do you call it? The chimpanzee crowd. I'm just going to follow that juicy number and not realize that it is entirely too many points to cover when it's week one and you're on the road and
Yeah,
half
I
of these.
mean
So
yeah, the bets I'm making are, I could go 0 and 5 next week and do the same thing again. I'm
oh
just gonna
yeah,
keep.
you've never steered away from that. So Josh, it's been a pleasure. Next week will be considerably shorter, given that it'll only be the week two picks. We will take your advice, run with it, or stay away. Do what you will. But thank you so much for your time, and we will see you next week.
All right, I'll do my best anyway, but have a good one.
All right, later.